Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Um, Hi, Mr. Alder, how are you doing? We haven't met.
Well, fine, Judge, how are you?
Good. Ms. Nunez, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I'm just looking to see what officers we have, and we'll just start by bringing an officer in, and we'll do all that officer's citations. It's just, let me just go through there's an Armando Garcia. I don't know if that's a defendant. Let's see. Armando Garcia is an officer. So we're going to start with Armando Garcia, and then if we go to 9, 10, and 11, it looks like those are Officer Garcia's. There is a gentleman here insisting to come in person, so we're going to have him come in. But let me just get everybody lined up, and we'll get started, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not my desk. I'm not sure that. Okay, thank you.
So it's 10 and 11. Right? Morning. Officer Garcia, can you hear me? You need to unmute. There's a blue button on your, there you go, great.
There you
Okay,
Yes, I can hear you.
okay, you have 3 citations, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
You had an opportunity to review them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is any of them, do you have a recollection of all of them, or is there anyone that you don't?
The only one that I don't is for Rudong.
Rudong, okay. Okay, first we're gonna go with this Brooke Ward, and then we'll move, go from that one, okay?
Not a problem. Yes, sir.
And Mr. Ward is here in person, so I'm gonna set him up at the end here, right at the end of the counter. Y'all can see him right there. You should be able to hear him as well, okay? Great. Stand right here, you can see him on the camera. Okay, they're bringing them in. Let me just get, I don't have my. Any witnesses on this? This is a Class C assault. Officer Garcia, do you have personal knowledge of it?
Yes, yes, I do. On September 4th of 2021.
Let's stop there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, morning. I come to the corner of that bench right there. Right here? Yes, Okay. Let me get them on the screen. Okay, this is State of Texas versus Brooke Ward. If anybody that's gonna offer testimony, if you please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony about the case should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Ward, you're charged with Class C assault. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No.
Okay. You not want to lean on the bench there. Thank you. Not guilty. Okay, Mr. Alder, you want to go ahead?
Yes, sir. I'll call Officer Garcia. Oh, I'm not accustomed to somebody not walking up. Officer Garcia, please state your name.
My name is Armando Garcia.
Okay, and how are you employed?
I am employed through the University of Texas School System Police Department, El Paso Operations.
Okay, and how long have you had that job?
I've had it for approximately 5 months.
Okay, and how long have you been in law enforcement in general?
In law enforcement in general would be 5 months.
Okay. Did you receive training before you actually went out into the field?
Yes, I did. I attended the Law Enforcement and Training Academy there at the Mission College.
Okay. And you were trained in, among other things, assault cases?
Yes, they did teach us as far as in penal code and as far as the definitions of what they meant.
Okay. Are you acquainted with this defendant, Mr. Ward?
I was there in the night in question, yes.
Okay. And what night was that?
It was going to be on September 4th, 2021.
All right. Where was this?
This was going to be at 2701 Sun Bowl Drive on the south entrance of the Sun Bowl Stadium.
Okay. And what did you observe?
On that night, what I observed was the defendant. He was trying to enter the UTEP football game that was happening at that time at approximately 8:04 p.m. He tried to enter the football game to look for his girlfriend without a ticket. The event staff member tried to stop him. At that point, the defendant pushed him on his left shoulder, inflicting pain.
All right. And where did you get that info? Well, did you see that event?
Yes, I did see the event.
Okay. Did you talk to the victim afterward?
We had spoke to the victim. The victim stated that he did feel the pain in his left shoulder and that he did want to press charges.
Okay, and well, did he consider that that contact to be offensive?
He did. He considered it to be offensive.
Did he consider it to be provocative?
Yes, he did consider it to be provocative.
All right. Did you also talk to Mr. Ward?
We had talked to Mr. Ward previous to the encounter. He was upset at the fact that he was separated from his girlfriend at the time. He could not locate her. He was upset in the fact that he could not find her, and he wanted to enter the stadium without a ticket to go and look for her. We had told him no. The event staff member, victim, was trying to do his job and tried to stop him. At that point is when the defendant had pushed him in his left shoulder, causing that pain.
Okay, and was anybody else present?
Yes, my Corporal Doss, Spencer Doss, and Sergeant Mitch Brandon were also present.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Ward, do you have any questions about Officer Garcia?
Not about him, though.
Any questions?
Oh, no questions.
Okay. Okay, any other witnesses, Mr. Alder?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Ward, do you like to state something?
Yeah, I showed him my tickets on my phone. They knew that I had the tickets. So I'm confused with why they wouldn't let me in. They had seen the tickets.
Mr. Alder, do you have any questions of Mr. Ward?
Mr. Ward, did you purchase that ticket?
I got those tickets through UTEP. They were complimentary from UTEP. They were sent to me on my phone. I showed the tickets to the people at the front.
At what point did you show the ticket?
When I came up, I originally came up, I said, here's our tickets, blah, blah, blah.
Is it still on your phone?
Not sure, everything gets wiped out 60 days for company policy, and I don't have them. But they were on my phone. We showed them.
Was anybody else with you
Anybody else with me where?
at that scene?
Well, the person I'm showing it to.
Well, I mean, was anybody accompanying you besides the law enforcement?
No, I was there. I showed it to the front, to the guys at the front.
Did they,
There, I showed them.
hold on. Did you get a response from them?
Yes, thank you.
And
We couldn't get in because apparently this size purse was too small, so we had to put the purse away.
okay,
It was too large, excuse me. Or it should have been clear, see through. We didn't have that, so we had to put that away.
all right. And whose purse was that?
That was my girlfriend's.
Okay. And did you get separated from her?
Got separated. Yes.
All right. And so did you come back to the gate or did she?
Yes. Showed them the tickets, and then we started discussing that I couldn't find her. And then I said, well, let me just go inside and see if she's there. We showed you the tickets. Let me go in there and see if she's in there. And he grabbed me. Now, he grabbed me. I didn't do anything.
Well, when you say go in there, go in where? In the sides of the stadium or somewhere else?
Stadium, correct, to go and find her. They let her in.
Right.
So
Did you state that you needed to find her?
yes, I did.
What did that have to do with just taking your ticket and going inside the stadium?
I didn't have my phone. She had the phone after that point.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he was fully aware, though, that they had seen it. He told me, I got your picture. It's good.
Okay. No further questions, John.
Okay, I'm not understanding it. You're with your girlfriend and you go to the gate?
We go to the
Hey,
gate.
listen to
show
my
the-
question first.
Oh,
You're with your girlfriend, you go to the gate,
right,
you present your tickets,
right.
the bag's too big,
Yes,
and then you all separate,
yes. I take it back to the car. I
and
showed
she
her-
goes on into the game.
Yeah, she has the phone, my phone. So I go back. I showed it, I think, no big deal. So I go, and then they won't let me in.
Okay,
See, I just showed you the tickets. You made me leave, take the purse back. I just showed you the tickets. I said, I need to make sure she's okay. She's in here. And the guy grabbed me. I didn't grab anybody.
How much later how long did it take you to take the purse back?
10 minutes.
And it was the same employee at the front gate?
Yes, same people.
Officer, are you aware of him coming in and leaving and coming back?
No, Your Honor. What happened was I was in the stadium. I got a report saying that the defendant wanted to make a missing person report. Me and Corporal Spencer Dawes had went down to go and speak with him. And at that point, he was upset.
One second. Is it true you want to make a missing person
Well, I
report?
couldn't find her. I said.
What do you mean you couldn't find her? She wouldn't be outside the stadium.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't get in either. I said, well, then I don't know where she is. I need to get in to see her, make sure she's okay.
Okay, well, your testimony was that they grabbed you.
Right.
Okay,
The
when did the
second time-
missing person report come in?
When I came up, they wouldn't let me in again. I said, well, she's missing. I'm assuming she's in there, but I need
What do you mean
a,
you're assuming? She just walked in, you saw her walk in, did you not?
well, I couldn't get in.
Well, what do you mean, I'm assuming she went in? You all present yourself at the gate. She couldn't go into her purse, she walked into the game, correct?
I'm assuming she did, because I just turned around and took it back as quickly as I could. Because they said this little purse is too big, or it's not, you can't see through it. So I just turned around, showed her the tickets, keep the phone, I'll go. Come back, she's not there. I wasn't sure if she was gonna go in by herself or what. This is what the deal was. I don't know if she was gonna go in, she was stay and wait for me, whatever. So here's the phone. I leave, come back, she's not there. I can't get in. I'm saying, I don't know if she's in there or not. I'm a little worried about it. They wouldn't let me in. They saw the tickets on the phone and it became a big brouhaha after that. I didn't do anything. They grabbed my shoulder. I didn't grab anybody's shoulder.
Officer, I interrupted you, go ahead.
So once we had gotten the call from dispatch stating that he wanted to make a missing person report, me and Corporal Dawes, we headed down from inside the stadium outside to the south side tunnel where the defendant was located. As we
I'm
ran,
gonna ask you to stop right there. Okay, at this point in time, he grabbed you already. That had already occurred, correct?
What time?
When you made a report, I don't want to do a missing person.
Right. And then.
The grab it
Okay,
already.
and I'll do that. And I said, well, I'm gonna
Just
go.
wait for my question, then it's easier to answer if you know the question.
All right.
Okay, so you wanted to file a mystery persons report, that the grab of you had already occurred.
No.
Okay,
So
well,
then I said,
when did the
well,
grab occur?
as I was saying, I'm gonna go in. I've already showed you my tickets and he grabbed me. That's what.
Okay,
after
so,
that.
and you wanted to file a mystery person report before you went in?
I already told them.
I'm sorry,
I had already told them
already told him what?
that I can't find her. I don't know if she went in or she's out here, but I can't.
And you never
find her.
tried to get in before that?
I did, yes, I did. We came up the first time, we were turned away because we had a person that was too large.
Right, I know, and you came
So I
back,
left and I gave her my phone and I left.
and you came back to the
And
gate,
she wasn't,
and you
I
wanted to
didn't know
file,
if she
just a
went in.
minute. And you wanted to file a mystery persons report before you attempted to go in?
I couldn't get in.
And that's when they grabbed you.
Right,
Okay, so they grabbed you before the missing person report came up.
no. I asked to go in. They said no. I said, well, I need to do a missing person report. I can't go in and I don't know if she's in or not. I have no way to know if she's in. I said, just let me in. I showed you my tickets. The genesis of this.
Okay,
whole
so
thing
after that
is-
point, some point you decided, okay, they've told me I can't go in. And at some point you tried to get in.
Because I was concerned about it. Yes, and you know, the whole point of this is they had seen the tickets. They are fully aware. of it.
Okay,
The
I'm
fact
trying
that
to-
I didn't have it on my person was why they were being so, didn't want to let me
I'm
in.
just trying to find out what happened.
That's what happened.
Well, there's a lot more to it than what you're telling. Okay, so you first come up and you didn't, I'm trying to place when they grabbed you
At the very end.
at the very end. Okay, after you said you want to file a missing person report
Yes.
and.
Because I had already requested multiple
Okay,
times to get in.
okay, and they said no.
So I'm standing here, talking to the police, talking to them. I said, look, I need to go in to make sure she's okay. I have no way to communicate. She may be missing. They would not help in any way. And that's when he grabbed, and I did try to go around,
So when
but
did
I
you,
didn't grab
when did you
anybody.
ask for the missing persons report?
Before that,
Well, why don't you tell me about that?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. Tell me how it happened.
as the officer explained.
I want you to explain.
I told him that I can't find her. I can't get in. I don't know if she is in or she was out here, but she is missing. She has my phone. She has the tickets on there. I need to go in and let me just see if she's in there and grab the phone. They just would not help in any way.
You still haven't asked when you wanted to file a missing persons report.
It was before that. When
Tell
they
me.
wouldn't let me in.
The first time.
Yes. No, this, I go up, can't get in, go, I come back, they won't let me in. I said, look, I'm gonna file a missing person report to the cops. I continue to try to get in because I don't know where she is simultaneously. That's when I went around and that's when they grabbed.
Who did you
That's-
ask to file a missing persons report with? Yeah,
One of the policemen, I don't know who was standing.
so police were already at the gate at that point.
Yeah, the police are everywhere. Yeah, they didn't have to come from anywhere. They're standing right there.
Okay, go ahead, officer.
So once we had gone down to gate number 5, that's where Mr. Ward was. He was talking to one of UTEP's associates, Richard Vasquez, and he was trying to make the missing person report. I came on scene. I began speaking with him. He wanted assistance in locating his missing girlfriend. We were calling out dispatch. We had asked him, do you have her phone number? Anything like that? He said, no, I don't have her phone number. It's on my phone. She has my phone. I have my tickets on the phone. At that point, we were trying to get a description from him. And from there, we had asked him, is she publicly intoxicated? Is there any means to where she could be endangered for herself? Anything like that? He said no. At that point, we called our dispatch to see if they could get a hold of her. He did provide the number for her. And at that point, our dispatch was unable to, due to the fact that there was another incident happening on campus at the time that took priority over the matter, because since she was not intoxicated or a danger to herself at any point, that incident took priority. So as we were waiting for that incident to conclude, the defendant, he had walked off stating that he was going to look for her himself. He left. About 10 minutes later, he came back and asking if we had found her or anything. Told her no, we still haven't gotten in contact with her. He began to use profane language at me, Corporal Doss, and Sergeant Brannon. And at that point, he said, I'm going to go into the stadium myself, knowing full well that the tickets were on his phone and he could not show them at the gate to get into the stadium. At that point is when he had walked up to the event staff employee. He had pushed him on the shoulder, on his left shoulder, causing that pain.
Pushed anybody. They grabbed me.
Do you dispute any part of that story?
What's that?
You dispute any part of his testimony?
No.
So, I mean, you left out the whole part where you left and then came back a third time.
Okay, well, the whole point of this thing is,
Why
They
would
had-
you,
I'm
did you
not
leave that
leaving
out?
out anything. Okay, I say whatever he wants to.
I'm just asking, I asked you if that was a true recount of what happened, and then in your story, you totally left out that you left a second time and came back for a third time.
Well, I didn't know the level of detail. Look, they were shown the tickets. They were fully aware that I had tickets, and I pleaded with them to let me in and make sure she was okay. I said, well, just escort me in and make sure she is there, which she was, as it turns out. She was in there. And I asked them multiple times to call the phone, and they wouldn't call the phone. I said,
Call what? I'm sorry.
my phone number. I asked them multiple times to call my phone number. They wouldn't do it.
Officer, do you have any response to that?
No, Your Honor, that is true. He did ask us, he did provide the number. But as I stated, there was another incident taking place at the same time, which took priority due to the fact that it was involving a hit and run.
How long did this take from, well, I'll ask you, Mr. Ward, how long did it take from you first going in to the incident?
Walk over their back, 10 minutes, another 5 minutes, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe, looking for her out there in the parking area. Then I came back. So 20 minutes, I don't know, something like that. The point was, Your Honor, that the tickets were clearly visible, were shown to everybody. They knew I had the tickets. They acknowledged the tickets. The police wouldn't interact with the guys at the doors. I asked the police just to walk me in, if anything, call the number. I asked multiple things we could have done to rectify the situation. They refused. I don't know why they couldn't have walked me in. I don't know why they couldn't have called the number.
Yeah, I'm gonna find him guilty. The fine is $200 plus the court cost. Okay. Well, let me give him a copy of this.
Guilty for what?
Class C assault.
I mean, we got off on the tangent on the walking around the parking lot. The issue is the assault. I never assaulted anybody. We never talked about it. Can we talk about that for a second?
He testified, the officer testified to it.
Well, I testified. I never touched anybody. I went like this and he grabbed me.
Okay. Okay.
So that's not assault. I have to do something like this. I didn't do anything like that.
There's two different stories coming.
I didn't touch it. The assault is what's in question. I didn't put hands on anybody.
Okay, I've ruled on the matter. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. Let me see if Ivan Castillo Martinez or Ru Dong. There's a couple that don't have names, so I'm just gonna bring them on to see if they are named in that before I,
There's a Rui Don.
oh yeah, there I see it. Okay, thank you, thank you.
That was a no recall, Your Honor.
That's a no recall, okay. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna just, Mrs. Dong, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, the officer doesn't have any independent recollection, so we're gonna dismiss it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Any questions?
Me?
Yes,
What kind of question?
I'm dismissing the case. Did you have any questions about, I don't know,
Dismiss the case? Oh, okay, no.
okay, okay. Thank you, Ms. Dong. You can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
So the remaining one is Ivan Castillo Martinez. I'm going to bring this one on to see if. The screen 1505-961, are you there? If you can unmute, please. It's a blue button on your screen. 1505. If you can unmute.
Your Honor, is that a New Mexico phone number? Is that what that is?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess you're right. 1505, yes, Sierra code. Is this gentleman from, oh no, he's from Fort Worth, Texas. Well, I'm going to place him back in the waiting room. I'm going to check one other one, an iPad. Hello, sir. Need to connect to audio. I'm checking to see if your name is Ivan Castillo Martinez. Can you nod your head if you're Ivan Castillo Martinez? Can you hear me? Apparently not. Connecting to audio. Okay, is your name Ivan Castillo Martinez? You're gonna have to unmute for me to hear you. There's a blue button on your screen.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is your name Ivan
Yes.
Castillo? It is. Great.
No, it's Daniel Fernandez. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna place you outside in the waiting room, okay? We're looking for a different gentleman, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, your name again, just so I can write this down so I can, your name is iPad, your name is what?
Daniel R. Fernandez.
Daniel Fernandez, okay. We'll bring you back on, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
That is not him. I'm gonna put him in the waiting room. I'm gonna try this 1505 one more time. Juanita, you don't see anybody named Ivan Castillo Martinez in the waiting room, do you?
No, I don't, Judge.
Okay. Okay, the 1505, if you can hear me, you need to unmute or acknowledge that you're there. The screen, it's apparently a phone number from New Mexico, 1505 and then ending 961. Hello, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, your name, sir?
Okay. Yes, this is Xavier, New Mexico, calling number 505.
Okay, your name is Xavier?
Yes, Xavier Vera.
Vera?
Yeah, VERA.
VE, Vera, okay. Okay, well, we're looking for somebody else. I'm gonna place you back out in the waiting room. Keep your audio on, but we'll bring you back in, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, what's 9:34? Nobody else has logged on with the name of Ivan Castillo Martinez. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss Officer Garcia. You don't have any other citations, do you have, Officer Garcia?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if it turns out, I'm gonna go through the hearing. If he does log on at some point in time, can we get your number just in case we needed to call you?
Yes, Your Honor. My number is going to be 915-861-0897. Will it also be through Zoom or will it through phone number?
If I have to call you back, we could do it by phone
Okay.
if Zoom is not available to you at the time.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't hear from us, that just means that he never showed up and we're gonna mark him as a no-show.
Not a problem.
Okay. Thank you. You can leave the meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna put that one aside. Photo. Okay. Do you recognize any other ones as officers?
Yes, Samuel Carr.
Samuel Carr. We'll bring in Mr. Carr. Okay.
And he's number 5 on the docket.
Number 5. Okay. He just has the one.
Yes.
And his name is Moises Bias. And he's here. Bring both of them. Okay. Officer Carr. Okay. Mr. Bias, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Officer Carr, I think you need to unmute, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
There you go. Okay. Okay, we have Moises Vitas. Could each raise your right hand? You swear the testimony about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Okay. So you're a game warden, is that what it is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have a recollection of this case, the citation for criminal trespass against Moses Bias?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. Mr. Bias, how do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Not guilty, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Albert, you want to go ahead?
Yes, sir. I'll call Officer Carr.
Yes, sir.
Officer Carr, state your name, please.
My name is Samuel Carr.
And how are you employed?
Yes, sir. I'm employed by Texas Parks and Wildlife as a Texas game warden. My role as Texas game warden would be enforce hunting, fishing, and boating laws and all state laws.
And how long have you been employed there?
I've been employed with Texas Parks and Wildlife for about 2 years.
Have you had any other law enforcement positions in your
Yes,
career?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I was a sheriff's deputy reserve for 8 months with Hudspeth County.
Okay. What training did you have for your current job?
So my training for my position as Texas game warden would be going through a basic peace officer academy, just like every other police officer in the state. And we have additional training that pertains to Parks and Wildlife Code.
Okay. Are you acquainted with this defendant, Mr. Moises?
Yes, sir. I met him on the 23rd of July
Of 2021?
of 2021. Yes.
Okay. How did you come to meet him?
Okay. I was on routine patrol in El Paso County
Mhm.
when I noticed Mr. Bias's pickup parked at the Portland Cement Reservoir. I approached him.
The Portland is at the bottom. Is that at the bottom of Executive Center Boulevard, or where is that? I mean,
Yes, sir. It's off of Executive Center.
Okay.
Executive. Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
And I approached Mr. Bias. He was setting up for fishing with his 3 children. I approached him and advised him that he was on private property and trespassing. At that point, I advised him that although the trespassing could have gone to a Class B misdemeanor, I was willing to work with him and on this occasion and cite him for the agriculture, Penal Code 30-5 agriculture land rather than the Class B misdemeanor.
Okay. Hold on. This was the location was alongside the river, I take it?
No, sir. This was on private property. It's owned by TxDOT.
Okay. Alongside the roadway then, or near it?
It's in between I-10 and Executive, but there's no public road through that property, so it's all private property.
Okay. Well, what I'm driving at is what made you aware that it was TxDOT property?
We're in communication with the owners, and we regularly patrol it because they do have a trespassing issue in that area.
Okay. Okay. And so you informed Mr. Moises of the that his presence was not authorized?
Yes, sir.
And then what happened?
I advised him and I asked him how he accessed the property. He said that he accessed it from I-10. And the only way for him to have done that is to have exited I-10 from something other than a authorized access point, which means he violated also the transportation code restricted access.
Right.
So there's no way for him to have accessed that legally.
I have a question here, just to make sure that we're on the right track. The complaint states that violating Penal Code 30.05, is that the one you intended to cite him with?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's criminal trespass, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were mentioning about an agricultural.
Yeah, yes, sir. In Penal Code 30.5, there is an agricultural statute that we can cite for Class C.
Okay,
rather than the Class B misdemeanor.
It is listed, Your Honor, as a kind of private property,
okay,
along with several others.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, I just want to make sure.
So,
Right.
Officer Card, did you, in that conversation, did you instruct Mr. Moises to leave?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, yes, sir.
That's okay. And did he do so?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Would he have had, was that, perhaps I missed it, was that property fenced?
The property for the main access point for the owners does have a gate. The point in which he accessed would be on the east side of the property, which is not fenced, but it is posted.
Okay, it's posted. And well, describe the posting for the court.
I believe it's just a small sign that says no trespassing.
Okay, but he would have seen that, correct?
He would have seen it.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Bias, do you have any questions of Game Warden, Mr. Carr?
Yes, sir. Yes, like he's saying that on the freeway where I went in through.
Mr. Bias, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you have any questions of the officer?
No.
Okay.
Oh, about the sign, there was no sign there.
Okay, you can testify to that. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to testify. I'm just gonna make sure you don't have questions of the officer.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Mr. Alder, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Bias, go ahead.
Yes, yes, through that, where I went in, there was no sign. There was no sign. I got pictures where I went in through, and well, there's no signs at all. So I didn't know. If I would have known that is private property and I was gonna get a citation, I would have not gone in.
Okay. You say you have photos. They're going to be very difficult. Let's see. Can you email them in?
You know, can you do it, babe? You want me to show you through the camera? Like like earlier I was trying to see and you can see a little bit.
Oh, we'll try it. Give it a try.
Like, okay. That's where I went in through. That's off the freeway. There's no fence, no signs, no nothing. If you zoom in, you can zoom in all the way to the lake and you can see no signs whatsoever. And there's another picture.
Those are on your phone? Those
Yes,
are on
sir.
your phone? Okay.
Yes.
Let me give you an email just to email them to. You can email them, can't you, straight to your phone?
Okay, yes.
Email it to the letters JP.
Yes, sir.
1, the numeral 1 by itself. El Paso County spelled out. gmail.com.
ElPasoCounty.com?
No, El Paso County at gmail.com.
At Gmail. Yes, sir.
JP1, El Paso County spelled out ELPASO, and county CATOUNTY at gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, sir.
You sent them?
Yes, my wife's sending them right now.
I think there might be, you can see them better if we're.
Yes, sir. There's like 4 pictures right there. Send them also the where in front of that golf thing.
Can you tell me when she's emailed them?
Yes, sir. Yes, they just sent them.
Okay, I'm gonna give it. Photos sometimes take a little bit. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put these on the screen. Oh, I got the wrong screen. Oh. Why? Try this again. What happened? Okay, here's your email. This first photo, if you want to tell me when it's coming up. Okay. What do we see here?
Yes, that's part of the entrance where I went through. There's no signs, and if you zoom in, like all the way to the lake, there's no signs whatsoever.
I don't have the ability to zoom in since you sent the photo. It's only on your phone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm going to
Yes.
photo. Mr. Alder, do you have any questions in this photo?
Yes. How did you get to the position where that photo was taken from?
It's off the freeway. It's just right there off the freeway.
Did you stop on the freeway to take it? Or did you drive
Well,
off? Let me
yes.
rephrase that. Excuse me. Let me ask it a different way. Did you drive off the freeway there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what prompted you to take a picture?
I took it the next day when I got the ticket. I went and took the pictures
Okay.
so I could fight the ticket.
Okay. Is this this is the portion where the highway goes up the long hill?
No, sir.
Okay, it's down lower. That's all right. That's immaterial. All right. No other questions about that picture, Your Honor.
In the interest of time, I'm just going to, Officer Carr, do you have anything you'd like to say relative to this photo?
Your Honor, I apologize. Can you repeat?
Is there anything you'd like to state in regard to this photograph that we're looking at?
No, Your Honor. I don't. The signs are going to be further into the property. They're not going to be right off the highway. So if that's you know, if he was under the misconception because there was no signage at that area, then I understand.
Okay, let's go to the next photo. Okay, Mr. Bias?
Yes, sir.
And you want, what is this? What's the significance of this photo?
Well, that's where I got off and went in through. As you can see, the freeway right there.
Okay.
Where I'm parked.
Mr. Alder, any questions, or Mr. Carr, any comments?
No,
I'm sorry,
Your Honor.
sir. Oh.
No, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Mr. Bias?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
What the significance of this photo?
Yes, that's the same. It's all the same part. That's the entrance.
Okay.
That's the main entrance through there.
Mr. Alder, any questions, or Mr. Carr, any comments?
Well, only this, that what you're calling the main entrance is just a few feet from where you had parked the car. Is that correct?
Yes, where I was parked. That's
Near the
part
side of the highway.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I think this is the last photo. Well, that's the same photo as before, correct? Or just different?
Yes. Yes.
That's the same as this one, yeah. Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, anything from either side?
Just a short redirect of Officer Carr.
Okay. You want me to leave the photo up?
I don't need them, Your Honor.
Okay.
Officer Carr, you just saw those photos, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I believe that you interjected as we were seeing them that farther into the property along that road, are there signs posted?
Yes, sir. Further back in, closer to the lake area, there are some older signs up there that say no trespassing, but the access point which he's talking about, which would be an illegal access point from the highway, there are no signs there, and I will advise TxDOT of that if that's an issue.
Okay, but the signs that do exist farther down that little trail, are they visible from that trail?
They are visible from the trail, sir.
Okay, no other questions, Your Honor.
Okay. So I have a question for Officer Carr. So the signs you were initially testifying to are from a different access point?
No, Your Honor. So if you follow that road that Mr. Valles showed us, further back in there, if you keep following that road, there are some signs that are posted.
Okay. This road, I don't know if you can see my cursor. You're saying there's...
Yeah, they'll be further back in there. We're about where your cursor is, a little further back. So
back in here or
further to your right?
Over here on this side?
Yes, somewhere in that area there are some signs posted.
Okay. My problem with this is, I mean, if you took this road and this appears to be a road here, right? And you came in through this way, would you miss the sign?
Your Honor, I'm not sure which little vein that he took. So I didn't follow him out. So I have no idea how he got in exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna have a finding of not guilty. Okay, okay, Mr. Valles, did you give us an email? Or we have your email from what you just emailed. If you want to copy this, we'll email this to you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Officer Hart, do you have any other ones?
Sir?
Do you have any other citations?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, there's a Warden Cone. Is that's with you as director?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're not involved in that one?
I was present.
Okay, do you want to stay on or?
Yes, Your Honor, I will stay on.
Okay, let me Mr. Cone. And this is going to be, this is number, it's Jaime Zamora. Jaime Zamora. Morning, Cones. If you just want to press the blue button, the unmute button. It's the blue button on your screen.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Okay. And Mr. Zamora, are you there? Mr. Zamora? Mr. Zamora? I'm going to send him a message to see if he reads. Let's see.
No problem, sir.
Oh, he did do something. Oh, Mr. Zamora, if you can unmute. Mr. Zamora, if you can hear me, you should be able to hear me because you have audio. Mr. Zamora, are you there? Juanita, do we have a phone number are those on the citations at all, or we probably don't, do we?
We might have it on the plea form. Let me see.
If we do, give him a call, kind of nudge him to. He did write back. He said, it's not letting me. Let me send him a message. I'll send a message that, with phone number. 1 second.
I have his phone number, Judge.
You do, what is it?
It's 575-332-8757.
757? I'm sorry, start over.
575
Okay,
332-8757.
87. Okay, I'm gonna try to.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
The call might not be going through because he's on Zoom. He's gonna have to get off Zoom.
Okay, let's see what happens. It's ringing. Let's see what happens. If he picks up, it might shut him off.
We're sorry, your call did not.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell him to call. I'm gonna call my number. Mr. Zamora, are you calling? I think you can hear me. Here we go. Mr. Zamora?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Zamora?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you all hear?
Yeah, it's that when I try to unmute, it says the host is not allowing participants to unmute themselves.
Really? Huh, I'm looking at my settings. Okay, well, we'll proceed. If anybody's going to testify, please raise your right hand. Mr. Zamora, if you raise your right hand, you swear the testimony I'm about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Mr.
Yes.
Zamora?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're gonna have to speak up, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, you got a citation for criminal trespass. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
What happens if I plead no contest?
No contest, I'll just assess a fine and this will be over with.
Okay, can I do no contest, please?
Sure. Okay, Warden Collins, anything significant about this case, or just as a cement lake? He was, what was he doing there?
He was off-roading with I believe his wife and kid. And the only thing that's significant that came out of this, I did apprehend him and take him into custody. He had 5 outstanding warrants.
Oh.
And I had taken him into custody that day. However, I released the truck to his wife and kid and they were able to leave.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Zamora, you understand that that's private property, correct? And you're not to be trespassing on there?
Yes, I did find that out after I had got pulled over and got the ticket for that.
Okay,
But previously, I did not know that beforehand.
okay. I'm gonna take that into consideration. The fine is, the stated fine is $500. I'm gonna make a fine of $200 plus the court costs, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. If you just, what is your email?
It's C.
Okay,
Jaime 585
wait, I can't write that fast. 585, go ahead.
at gmail.com.
Okay, we will email this to you and you need to, if you want to call the office, you have a pin there?
Say again, sir? Oh, I'm sorry.
Number is 915. I forgot 532. Got the number already.
532
534, I'm sorry. 534-3917.
534
3917. Talk to Juanita and she can arrange for payment. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's it for that one. Thank you, Officer Carr. That's all you have, correct?
All right. Yes, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you. You have a nice day.
You too. Okay, do we, these other individuals are officers? No, Vargas, Fabian Mario.
Judge,
Yes,
we have Trooper Amaya here. in
Oh, he's in.
person.
okay. Have him come in.
I'll go ahead and have him use my computer, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Okay, so now we've got 1 through 4, looks like, or 1, yeah.
Okay, so right now, you just click on start video. When you sit right, sit right.
The iPad is Daniel Fernandez. I'm going to bring him on. That's going to be the first 3 cases. Okay, Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Trooper Maya and Mr. Fernandez, will you please raise your right hand? You swear the testimony about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I do.
Mr. Fernandez, you were cited for speeding, following too closely, and driving while license invalid. How would you like to plead?
Guilty, sir.
Guilty on all 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I wanted to ask though, is it defensive driving, or would I have to set something up to make payments to pay it off, or?
Was this an accident?
No.
Trooper Maya, can you tell me what the following? Tell me what happened or what you observed.
Okay, sir. It was on I-10, around milepost 13. Individual was coming. I noticed that he was coming at a high rate of speed. And then I verified it visually and audibly, and he passed me. I believe he was with his girlfriend, and he was he passed me at a high rate of speed. I stopped him. I told him what the reason for the stop, what was the reason for stop. He was speeding and following too closely. Then I ran his license and it came out that his license was suspended.
Okay. When you say a high rate of speed, what speed did you clock him at?
At 84 miles per hour, turning to 60 miles per hour.
Okay, and Mr. Fernandez, you were requesting the driver safety course on?
I mean, if it's optional, Your Honor, I mean, if I have to set something up to,
Well,
to pay it off. I'm sorry?
Number one, you need a valid driver's license. So let's start with that. Do you have a valid driver's license?
I actually don't know if it's valid or invalid right now, sir.
Well, let me ask, have you done anything it was invalid at the time of the stop. Have you done anything since to correct
that? Have I done anything like as far as like violations and everything? Not that.
No. Have you looked online to see what would get you in good standing? What would make your driver license? Generally, it's I don't know. It's a reinstatement fee or taking care of a ticket out of another state, or it's somehow why your license is invalid. Have you made it right?
No, sir, I haven't. But I mean, honestly, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now.
Well, the problem is I'm not going to grant you. First requisite of a driver safety course is a valid driver's license.
I mean, is there any way that I can have some kind of contact info so I can check on that and then have at least have a certain amount of time or duration to get back to you guys on that?
Well, the problem is, I mean, you have every opportunity to check into that yourself. I mean, you just check the.
Yes.
You text the Department of Public Safety and find out why your license is invalid.
Yes, sir.
That's not, when an officer pulls you over, he doesn't take you through the steps of getting it. Yeah, that's your responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna accept the plea of guilty on the 3 cases. Driving while license invalid. I'll give you an incentive if you get a driver's license within the next 60 days. I'll give you the opportunity to try to get the valid license. If you show a valid driver's license at the end of 60 days, we'll dismiss that one with payment of the court cost.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have a driver's license at the end of 60 days, it's going to be the $100 fine.
Okay.
The $100 fine plus the court costs. You have to pay the court costs no matter what.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the driver while license invalid. You have an incentive to get the driver's license, to get that one taken off. The speeding, 84, that's going to be $150 plus the court cost. The following 2 closely, that's going to be $150 fine plus the court cost. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
So, I mean, just so I'm clear, because you kind of did cut off a little bit on the other one, the one that you gave me the incentive. You said if I provide a valid driver's license, that one will be dismissed, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Within
yes, sir,
60 days, if you do it within 60 days, pay the court costs and get a valid driver's license within 60 days, it will be dismissed.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, your email?
D Fernandez 2226.
2226.
Yes, sir. At gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay. Trooper, have let's see, Horacio Rodriguez Rios. I don't see him.
Excuse me, Your Honor, very quickly, you're getting some messages on the chat.
Oh, thank you.
From Mr. Valles.
Continue to stay on. No, what was his bias? No, I'm sorry. What was my verdict? What was his bias? That was the.
I think we were going to wait to see if the officer came. I'm sorry.
No, Moses Bias was the defendant. I found him not guilty. This is to. Thank you for the reminder. See, you're found not guilty. I mean, not. Okay, so I told him he could log off. Okay, so is there any other ones? Case okay, you're fine.
No.
Daniel Vargas. Yes. Judge says
So-
Daniel Vargas.
I'm
He's
sorry?
also- Daniel Vargas for Trooper Amaya.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, maybe that's the first. No.
Mr. Vargas, can you unmute, please? It's a blue button on your screen.
There, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me? Thank
Yes,
you,
I
Judge.
can. Juanita, I don't see Daniel. I see it on the docket, but I don't have his paperwork. Let me make sure. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
No, I found it. I found it.
Okay.
I found it. Okay, Mr. Vargas, Trooper and I has already been sworn in. Mr. Vargas, you can raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you were cited for unsafe start from parked or stop position. How would you like to plead, guilty or not guilty? Or no
Not
comment?
guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty, okay. Mr. Alder, if you want to proceed.
Yes, sir. I'll start with calling Officer Amaya.
Yes, sir.
Officer Amaya, will you state your name, please?
Trooper Alfredo Amaya, sir.
Okay. How are you employed?
I'm employed with the Texas Department of Public Safety.
All right. And how long have you been there?
I've been there going on 14 years, sir.
Okay. You've received a great deal of training in that during that time?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. Plus initial training when you first began, right?
Of course, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you trained in traffic control or traffic
Yes, sir, I am trained in
matters?
traffic. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar with this defendant, Mr. Vargas?
Yes, I am, sir.
How so?
Back in July 4th, I worked at 1050, which is known as a wreck on the roadway.
I'm sorry, on what roadway?
It was on South Desert Boulevard at the Woodrow Green, the Trans Mountain.
Right, okay.
Sure.
South Desert, that's what I didn't hear.
Yes, sir.
And so you investigated it?
Yes, sir.
It was an accident
I was driving on South Desert Boulevard heading eastbound, and I happened to notice him on the roadway, and I noticed that he lost his load. He was carrying a load, and he was towing a load, and he lost his load. And I also noticed another vehicle, and the other vehicle said that Mr. Vargas hit his vehicle, and so at that point I went on to do the traffic accident, worked the traffic accident, the traffic crash, and I cited him for unsafe start from parked or stopped standing position. He was stopped in the roadway, on the roadway, and again, unsafe start from a parked position.
What was he driving?
He was driving his tow truck.
Okay. Is that a CDL?
I believe so, sir.
And stopping of the tow truck was not for the purpose of doing a tow, I take it.
He was towing. He was towing another. Yeah, he was towing a truck, and he lost that load on the roadway. He lost the load on the roadway, and it ended up ending in between the interstate and the feeder road. In between, that did not cause the damage on the vehicle, the other vehicle. It was Mr. Vargas's vehicle. When he turned, he was distracted. He turned to go see where his load went, the truck that he was towing, and he ended up swiping that car that was passing by.
Okay, all right. So was he trying to re-enter the highway to his left or to his right?
I believe it's left, because he's lost his load to his left, which is eastbound of South Desert Boulevard.
Okay. And did you witness that?
No, sir, I pulled up and I noticed that he was still on the roadway. He was still on the roadway, in the middle of the roadway, I believe in lane number 2, but he was facing lane number 1 on South
Okay.
Delta Roadway.
Did you interview him?
Yes, I did. And I interviewed the other parties. There's 2 people in that other vehicle.
Okay. And I assume you interviewed them also,
Yes, sir, I did.
the other party?
Yes, sir.
And is your report based primarily on what the other party told you?
No, it's based on what both parties told me. It's like
Okay.
Mr. Vargas ended up telling me that he did lose his load and that he was distracted by wanting to know where his load went. It's like he was very worried about where the truck ended up going, what he was towing.
So the statements that bear out your report were made by both
Yes,
parties.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Pass the witness, Ron.
Mr. Vargas, do you have any questions of the Trooper Amaya?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Okay, go ahead.
Trooper Amaya, when you were approaching my vehicle, well, first of all, let me clear something up. The ADA asked you if that vehicle was a CDL. The vehicle that I was driving was not a CDL.
No, he was asking me if you had a CDL license. That's what I understood. If towing the vehicle, you require a CDL license.
Okay, no, because it's under 10,000 pounds, and it doesn't have no air brakes or anything.
That was a question. If you had a CDL license, that's what his question was.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant the truck itself.
No. If you had a CDL license.
Okay. Did you, when I was parked there or stopped in the lane, was your dash cam on?
Yes, sir. Everything's on. Once I turn my overheads on, everything's recorded, sir.
Okay. Do we have video of that, footage of that?
No, sir.
Is there a reason why the ADA doesn't have that video?
Because we don't have to submit a video for the wreck, sir. It wasn't a major fatality. It was a wreck. It was, you admitted to being at fault. You said that you were on the roadway. Of course, that's when I pulled up, you were on the roadway and you lost your load. And you
Correct. But
tell me what happened.
The ticket is that I was moving. It's a moving violation that I stopped and started. So I would like to see that part of the video. I mean, at that time I was in distress. I mean,
I mentioned that.
Judge, if it's possible to get a reschedule so we can see this video.
There is no video, sir.
You just said you turn on your overheads and the dash cam is on.
It's been since July 4th, 2020.
So you knew you were coming to court. I mean, wouldn't that be part of evidence that could be included, Judge?
Mr. Vargas, yeah, okay. You could ask for discovery and you could ask for that, just like the state could ask, to get the video. Either the state could have access to it, but you could requested that. The fact that it wasn't requested, so as I'm understanding it, because there's so many days that have passed, it's purged. So that time to request that it's not available now.
Well, the time, Judge, excuse me, the time is, I mean, with all due respect, and I understand because of pandemic and everything, but it took your court a long time to schedule this hearing, more than a year.
That doesn't, you could have made a request a week after this was scheduled. I mean, you could have made a request at any time.
Your Honor, my court date was emailed to your court. It took your staff quite a while to even answer my thing, Judge, my no contents.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. You could have requested that videotape at any time. You could file a motion for discovery of that at any time, regardless of whether your case was set or not.
Okay. So there's no video right now. So, I mean,
the trooper,
I'm not without a defense, Your Honor.
That's something to you. You develop your case. We don't develop your case for you, and neither does the state. If you wanted to have access to that video, you had to make a request for it. As far as I know, the only request was today.
Well, I wasn't aware that I could request it, Your Honor. That's why I brought it up right now.
Again.
And I mean, with all due respect, again, Your Honor, you're only open Tuesdays and Thursdays. Your staff does not cooperate. And I'm being wholehearted, honestly, Judge, I have tried to get a hold of your court because of the mere fact that when I have to register a vehicle or renew my plates, they won't give it to me because I have to go to your court and get a letter signed saying that I'm waiting for a court date. And I own several tow trucks and personal vehicles, Your Honor. And this is an ongoing thing. I mean, I apologize. I've been to court in different court JPs, and they're open every day. Your court is only open Tuesdays and Thursdays. And for you to say that I can file a motion in your court, with all due respect, it's something very difficult because your staff is hard to get a hold of.
Okay, well, I appreciate that input, and you're welcome to bring that up. That's something different and apart from what we're here for today. But,
No, I know, Your Honor, but it's relevant because you're basically telling me, well, you could have done it anytime. Well, I mean, if it was a functioning court that was open Monday through Friday, I would say, you know what, Your Honor, yes, you're right. But when you have a court that's part-time and you have to call people and wait for them to call you back, and they don't, and then you have to wait. I mean,
okay, again, I'd be happy to talk about this and bring this up. That's fine. But here we're on the citation.
Okay.
Looking for a tape. The tape was never requested, as far as I know, until today. You may have some other complaints. We can take those up, but that's not the issue here before the court right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and please do. Please call back, and I'll be happy to discuss it with you. But again, that's not what we're here for today about.
No, I apologize that we went that way, Judge, but I felt it was relevant.
That's fine. I appreciate that. Okay, so now at this point, you know, the state can present whatever evidence they have. It could be the officer's testimony, which is what they're depending on today. Okay, so
correct.
I have a question about the actual citation. What is he being cited for? For stopping and then starting, or what?
He was parked. He was parked, stopped, standing in a prohibited area, but he was cited for unsafe start. Again, I didn't cite him for the parking in the prohibited area. I cited him for unsafe start because he ended up hitting the vehicle that was passing by. So that's why I cited him from an unsafe stop to standing position. That's what I cited him for. I didn't cite him for a park, stopped, or standing or prohibited, but I cited him because his motion, when he started to move, he ended up hitting that other vehicle. That's why I cited him under this violation.
Okay, and you're basing that upon his statement to you. Is that
the statement, and also to where he was located? He left his vehicle right on the roadway. He didn't move it. He didn't move it till I got there, and I turned on my overheads, and that's when it's like I said, you know what, let's move the vehicles out of the roadway. So we moved them to the right next door to, I believe it was a Shell gas station.
If I may, Your Honor, I believe that statute, among other things, calls for a signal when when pulling onto the roadway from a stop, say, on the shoulder as well. And then I believe it addresses doing so safely under the conditions.
okay? Okay, Mr. Vargas, any other questions of the trooper?
No, sir, Judge.
Anything you'd like to present yourself?
No, Judge. I mean, I have no video, no nothing. So.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna find him of guilty. It's going to be a $150 fine plus the court cost. Mr. Vargas, do you have an email we can email this to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
SRT
9290
@gmail.com.
Okay, Ms. Vargas, the office is open 5 days a week, just for your information, and I'll be happy to take a phone call and we can discuss it, but the office is open 5 days a week. They're only in court here 2 days a week. The phone is forwarded to another phone and the email is available. If you're having difficulty, please call me directly.
Okay, Your Honor.
And we will.
Yeah, because that forwarding, that phone number that's forwarded to, it's very rare that they answer or they'll return your phone call.
Okay, well, I will pass it on and I appreciate the information.
And with all due respect, I did bring it up to, I did call Commissioner's Court and asked them, and I'll be honest with you, Judge, I asked them and I told them, I said, you know, why is it that these county employees are only working 2 days a week and getting paid for 3? Because again, I ran into that issue with the citation about going to get a release and all that. I mean, I'm in Horizon City, Your Honor. And yes, this ticket is, again, I was found guilty, my fault. Nobody else to blame. But when you have to travel from one end of town to another to conduct business, I mean, it makes it pretty difficult, Your Honor.
Okay, let me give you an email and I'll give you a phone number, okay?
Okay, Judge.
The email is JP1, the letters JP, number 1, El Paso County @gmail.com. That's an email that I access, and so I'll see it, and I can give you a phone number. Well,
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the office number here, correct?
Correct.
Okay, my cell number is 915.
Yes, sir.
309-1441.
Okay, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see who else we have. We have a, I don't think we have any other officers. Juanita, are any of these officers?
Oh, Judge, there's a Fabian Murillo also for Chukwamaya.
Fabian Murillo, he's an officer?
No, he's a defendant.
Oh. Oh, Mr. Maya has one. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry. Yes, got it. Thank you. Fabian Murillo, okay. Thank you. Mr. Murillo? Relog in. This is Jaime Zamora. No, that's an old one. Okay. Mr. Murillo, can you hear me? Mr. Murillo, you need to connect to audio. Mr. Murillo?
Yes, you can turn off and then you can mute.
Mr. Murillo? Mr. Murillo? Yes. Okay, you might need to log off and log back on. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll send him a message.
Murillo.
Audio.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay, good.
Ms. Medeo, okay, you can hear me. Okay. Ms. Medeo, Trooper Amaya has already been sworn in. If you could raise your right hand, Ms. Medeo. This testimony you're about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self you got.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Medeo, you were cited for speeding. That's only cited. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I wanted to plead no guilty, Your Honor, to speeding.
Okay, before we proceed, do you want an opportunity to take a driver safety, or do you have a Texas driver's license?
I do, Your Honor.
It's not a CDL?
It's not a CDL, no.
Do you want the opportunity to take the defensive driving course if it's completed within I think 90 days and payment of the court costs, it'll be dismissed?
I'm willing to do that, Your Honor.
You want to take the driver safety course?
If it drops it, if it drops the ticket, I will. I believe that'd be the fastest approach to handling this case.
Okay, let me just make clear, you'd have 90 days to complete the course and pay the court costs. As long as you do that, then it'll be dismissed. If you don't do that, then it will fall back to the stated fine. You follow me?
Okay, I see the option. So I have to pay the court costs and I'd have to pay for the course. Then I would have to, okay. So it would be more expensive that route? It could be. I just saw that the issue I was having, Your Honor, is I'm
not getting into why you're thinking. I just want to know.
Okay.
Give you the option to do it. If you don't want to do it, we're going to hear the case.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll go with could I just plead the no contest then?
Yeah, we're going to play no contest. I'm going to give you the opportunity to take the driver safety course. You have to take it within 90 days. Bring the certificate in, or email it in, or get it into the court, and pay the court costs, and it'll be dismissed at the end of 90 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me have your email, please.
Okay, it's DRLL SGT1.
I'm sorry, at GT1?
No, SGT, Your Honor. So
SGT, okay. SGT, okay. One, the number one, the numeral one?
The number one, Your Honor, yes.
Okay.
At gmail.com.
Okay, so that's DRLLSGT1@gmail.com.
It's D as in Delta. Delta, Romeo, Lima, Sierra, Golf, Tango 1.
Yes, okay. We will email this to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank
you very much.
Okay, I think that's all of them. Well, with the one section for Trooper Amaya is Horacio Rios, is that right? Horacio Rios did not show.
Oh, you didn't show?
And that is not the gentleman on that's Xavier Pena. Okay. I don't see any other officers logged on. Let's see, Trooper Maya, we got him. That looks like all of them. I'll say the only people that are logged on are Xavier Pena, Jose Murillo, and Robert Huerta. Mr. Murillo, you can log out. You can leave the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Trooper.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm just going to let Juanita get back on just to make sure that we don't have any other officers either here or online. And then we'll have the ones in and I'll have to dismiss their case. We got somebody new. Oh, we got another officer. Your name, sir?
Officer Das.
Doss, okay. So yours is Javier Vera. Javier Vera, I don't believe Javier Vera is on. I think the 1505 is Xavier Pena. Well, okay, Officer Doss, your defendant did not log on. Let me just pull it 1 second. That is, you're only here for Javier Vera, correct?
Yes.
Parking in a handicap zone. Okay. Okay, Officer Doss, the defendant did not log on, so we're going to issue a no-show.
Okay.
You're not at our office, are you? Are you at our office?
No.
Oh, I didn't see you on the screen, but you just appeared. Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry. I believe it's for, the one he has is for Javier Vera, and he's the one that's on that phone number, which is 1505.
Okay, let me try it. I thought that was Xavier Pena, but let's see.
Xavier Vera.
This is your name is what?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little.
What is your name?
Xavier Vera. Vera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. Okay. I'm glad you, thank you, Juanita. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Vera, do you have video?
I do. I can use the video function on the phone.
You can or can't?
I can. Can you guide me how to do that? Because I called the number, but it's gonna be in film.
Oh,
right?
you're on the phone number. No, you can't. Okay, we'll just keep you on the phone. That's fine. I don't want to try to lose you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Vera and Officer Doss, you need to raise your right hand. You swear the testimony about should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Vera, you are cited for parking in a handicap zone. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
No contest, okay. Officer Doss, well, now I'm going to give, Mr. Vera, you give me, you played no contest, but tell me where you parked and what happened.
Just so I make sure, I'm sure I've been given another, what do you call, another citation. I'm just trying to make sure this is the one that happened on the fall semester. What day was this citation given?
It was given February 18th, 2020.
Okay.
Mr. Officer Doss, tell us what happened. So
The parking lot that he was parked in was there's like 12 spaces in the parking lot, and they're all but one handicap. When I saw his vehicle there, he didn't have a handicap plate or a handicap placard, but he was parked in the ADA space anyway.
How did you determine it was his car? Did he come out?
You know what? I had given this vehicle 2 citations, and he came out for one of them. So one of them, he came out and gave me his information. One of them, I used the registration name and address. So I'm not sure which one this citation was.
Okay.
Okay, I think I remember now. This happened near the psychology building where I work. Yeah, so I'm gonna give some context on this. Well, I happened to work there, and I, by mistake, I parked on the handicap in the past. I have parked near the building, and I was running late to correct the assignments that I needed to turn because I'm a teaching assistant, and I failed to park on the right spot.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Vera, I'm going to assess $100 fine plus the court costs.
Okay. Is there an option to do community service?
Is there, I can, what's, tell me something, show me good cause why you should be entitled to community service.
Oh, I'm just reading the paper that I was giving, and then it says that I have two options. Either I make the payment, or I perform community service as a way to
Based on your ability to pay. And do you have a job?
I do have a job.
Okay. Any type of hardship or what is it? You can't pay the fine. Tell me why you can't pay the fine.
Oh, I can't pay the fine. I just want to avoid. I really don't know how this works, but I want to avoid this going to my record.
Okay, well, if it's community service, it still goes in the record. You're just satisfying the fine with community service.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. So it's gonna be the same regardless.
Yes, I mean, if there's a need, if your your expenses exceed your income or something like, some issue, or I would certainly entertain community service, but.
Oh, okay. That's how it works. I thought it was different. I can't pay the fine. Yeah.
Okay. Can we have your email, please?
Yes. Xavier, as in my name, then F.
Is Xavier with an X? Here it has
Xavier. So it's X-A-V as in Victor, I-E-R.
Okay.
F, V as in Victor, A.
Wait, I lost you. S, like in Sam?
So it's F as in Frank.
F as in Frank, okay.
Yes, V as in Victor, and then A.
And
then at gmail.com.
So I get Xavier, X-A-I-E-R, F as in Frank, D as in Victor, G as in good at gmail.com.
No, so it's Xavier as in my name, then F as in Frank, V as in Victor, A as in Anna, and then that's it. And then just at gmail.com.
Okay, we'll email this to you. Thank you.
It will be sent to my Gmail so I can pay it through the mail, to the Gmail, right?
No, how do you pay through Gmail?
So I will pay it through the internet in that email that you're gonna send me.
I don't know that let me give you a number to call and ask for Juanita.
Okay.
Or traffic. 915-534-3917.
534-3917, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Officer Doss, that's your only one?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You can.
Thank you.
Choose. Juanita, I just want to confirm, I only have two people. I don't know if you see more. I just see Jose Murillo and Robert Huerta.
Yes, I only see two.
Okay, so I'm going to bring them on. And Huerta is number 6. Number 14. Okay, bring them on, ask them how they plead. If you're not guilty, I'm going to dismiss. Mr. Murillo, are you there? You unmute? Yeah, thank you. Mr. Murillo, you were cited for no or expired driver's license, failure to maintain financial responsibility. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? You're going to have to unmute because I can't hear you unless you unmute. It's a blue button. There you go.
I think I'm not guilty.
Okay, you want to plead on the no or expired driver's license? How do you want to plead?
An expired license, guilty.
Guilty. On the failure to maintain financial responsibility, how do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay. On the driver's license, I'm going to assess a fine. Have you gotten a driver's license?
Now I have a driver's license.
You have a valid driver's license right now?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you have it at the time?
At that moment, I was living in El Paso. I'm trying to get my driver's license, but I had some problems with address. So at that moment, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to take into account that you've gotten a driver's license. You're now valid driver. So it's just going to be it's going to be a $75 fine plus the court cost. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The failure to maintain financial responsibility. We don't have an officer. We're going to dismiss.
Judge,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Officer Sandoval and Deputy Sandoval, he is here.
Oh, he is here. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We're going to come back. Okay. I didn't see that was okay. Do we want to get him in the courtroom or do we want to have him come over here?
Yes, he's on his way to the courtroom, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're just gonna take up the no insurance, okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
Hi, sorry. That's okay. Can you let's see? Okay, this is Deputy Constable Jorge Sandoval. Okay, you raise your hand. You swear that, and Mr. Medeo, if you raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes. Okay, Mr. Alder.
Officer Sandoval, are you familiar with the case that's been called?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
Would I be able to review this to my cam so I could?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know. It might take about 2 minutes.
You want to review it on
my body cam?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
If you want to step out and review it, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to review it on his body cam, and then Mr. Medeo, I'm gonna place you outside on the waiting room, and then I'm gonna bring you right back. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bring Mr. Huerta in. Okay. Mr. Huerta is nothing from the officer, Juanita? No. Okay.
No, Judge, not him.
Mr. Huerta, if you can unmute, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Huerta, you were, how old are you, Mr. Huerta? Mr. Huerta?
Currently, I'm 19.
This citation was given. Where? Date. I'm sorry, I'm finding problems finding the date.
February of 2020, Judge, according to the printout.
Okay. Okay, so it was a year ago. Okay. Okay, so you were cited for consumption of alcohol by a minor. How would you like to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Not guilty.
Okay. You're also cited for driving under the influence by a minor. How would you like to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Not guilty.
Okay. We don't have an officer. I'm going to have to dismiss the cases. Mr. Werther, be careful. Okay, we're gonna email these to you. What is your email?
It'll be Robert Huerta 4444
Just a
at
minute, just a minute.
gmail.com.
How many fours?
4 of them.
At what?
Gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. You can log off. Cesar Casas, where is he a constable at? Anita, do you know?
At JP4?
Eastern Show, okay. Okay, I'm going to bring Mr. Murillo back on. I'm gonna wait a minute to see if Mr. Sandoval, for your time. On the, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 12, 13, 15, 16, and 17. We didn't have an officer, nor did we have a defendant. So I'm inclined to reset them. I don't want to just let them go. I mean, if one of them showed up, if the defendant showed up and the officer didn't, I'd dismiss. If the officer showed up and the defendant didn't show up, I'd issue a failure to appear. So these 5 we're going to reset, okay, Juanita?
Judge, on these, I think these were resets from the last time we had traffic court.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And nobody
No.
showed up last time, okay. Mr. Alder, in that case, any objection to dismissing them because we have neither a defendant nor an officer?
No, Your Honor. Sorry for that record.
Okay, so we're gonna dismiss. Yes. Yes, let me just bring.
What number were those cases, Ms. Molina?
It is, it's 12, 13, 15, 16, and 17.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Murillo, can you hear us? Mr. Murillo, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you have recollection?
Yes.
Yeah, I just remember what the traffic stop was for, because I didn't sign in for the traffic stop.
Okay.
I want to say one was for no turn signal. And it was when we were doing ops at night with the SPD.
Okay, the only one we're going on is the insurance.
Okay.
You have recollection of that?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Alder?
I'm sorry, Judge, I'm trying to get to it. What number was that one?
It is.
As far as the driver license, he didn't have one. He just had the passport.
No. It's number 14.
Yeah, okay, got it. Officer Sandoval, state your name for the court, please.
Deputy Jorge Sandoval.
What?
Deputy Jorge Sandoval.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, how are you employed, sir?
With the Paso County Constables Precinct number 1.
Okay, and how long have you been there?
Going on 6 years.
Okay. Did you have law enforcement experience prior to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As part of your career, have you received training in traffic regulations and laws?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay, and how much experience do you have actually doing the patrols,
11 years, sir.
being in the field, I should say?
11 years.
Okay. Do you recall, Mr. Muriel?
Yes, sir, I do.
How is it that you recall him?
I believe that we were doing a traffic off North Mesa, and I came upon him on a traffic infraction. I did not cite him for the infraction, but when he supplied his driver license, he did not have one. He had a passport, and he couldn't show proof of financial responsibility.
What was the infraction that you saw but didn't charge him?
That I don't remember because I didn't cite him on that one. I just cited him for the no driver license and the failure to maintain financial responsibility.
Okay, you did observe a traffic violation, correct?
I did, sir. And I want to say it was for no.
I'm waiting for the noise to go away. Okay, so you pulled him over and you questioned him, right?
Yes, sir.
Told him why you were there?
I'm sorry?
You told him why he had been stopped?
Yes, sir. It was for a traffic violation.
Okay, and I'll let you tell me what happened then.
So I made my contact. I asked for proof of driver license and financial responsibility, which he only provided me a passport. And I put the passport number on here because he didn't have anything else to ID on and no insurance at the time.
Okay.
I verified through my dispatch where it said confirm manually, which he did not have it manually on him.
Okay. Was he driving his automobile?
I'm not sure if it was him, but it was a silver colored Jeep Cherokee.
Okay. Did he offer any excuse for not having it?
Not that I recall, sir.
Okay. Pass witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Murillo, do you have any questions of Deputy Sandoval?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything you'd like to state?
Yeah, at that moment, I was trying to get my license, but I had some problems with that. I had the insurance, but I didn't have my insurance in my car, so that's happened. That's why I could not get my insurance, but I have it, and my insurance. I'm sorry for my English, but my insurance covered me from 2021.
We have an interpreter right here. Ms. Nunez is an interpreter if you'd like to speak in Spanish.
Ah, ok. Mi aseguranza me cubría del 21 de mayo.
The insurance covered him from May 21st.
Del 27 de mayo del 2021 al 27 de mayo del 2022. Pero yo no la tenía físicamente.
Yeah, my insurance covered me from May 27 of 2021 to May 27 of 2022, but I didn't have it physically with me.
You have it with you now?
¿Y la tiene con usted ahora?
Thank you.
Can you scan it?
Sí.
Fill it in?
Sí.
¿Puede ser? Yes. Sí, puede ser una copia y mandarme.
Escanear, no estoy seguro.
I'm not sure if I can scan it.
Can you take a photo with
Oh,
it?
yo creo que sí.
Or I think so. Una fotografía también basta.
Sí.
Sí.
Email that in right now?
¿Puede hacerlo ahora mismo?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Disculpa, ¿dónde se los puedo mandar?
Where can I send them to?
Okay, the letters J, P,
Las letras J, P,
the numeral 1.
Número 1.
And El Paso County spelled out.
@ El Paso County, COUNTY.
Paso
And gmail.com.
Gmail. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fast. Let's see if I find it.
Normally just when it's bigger insurance companies like Allstate, State Farm, the dispatch can provide that. It says confirmed insurance. But when those are small insurance companies, those are the ones that say verify manually. So since the vehicle was registered in Mexico, it would tell me to verify manually.
Okay.
Explica el oficial que hay maneras de verificar si estaba asegurado. Para compañías grandes pueden hacerlo virtualmente, pero para compañías más pequeñas o compañías de México tendría que ser manualmente. Entonces, eso explica el oficial.
Okay.
Ms. Leo, it didn't get kicked back to you, did it? Because I don't see it yet.
¿Ya mandó el correo? ¿No se le regresó?
Apenas lo estoy mandando.
I'm sending it just now.
Okay. And reasonable, what's the date of citation? So we just make sure that.
Date of the citation?
Yes.
8/1/21.
8/1, it says it's fairly current. Wow. Not used to that.
Lo acabo de mandar.
Okay, I just sent it.
Okay, thank you.
No me. No me dejó, hubo un problema.
There was a problem. It didn't let me.
I'm sorry. It's what?
There was a problem. It didn't let me send.
Do we have the email right?
¿Sí está correcto?
GP1.
No, J.
GP1. @ El Paso County gmail.com.
At El Paso County at gmail.com.
Well, JP1.
JP1. JP1. Sorry, Judge.
Right. Here, I'm gonna text.
Let me. JP1 El Paso County @gmail.com.
Okay.
¿Sí?
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.
Ahora se lo puedo mandar.
Okay, now I was able to send.
Okay. I got something. Let me put it on the screen. Okay. From May 27th, 2021 to, because a year would cover, the date would cover it. 2007 Grand Cherokee, is that the vehicle? Yes. Okay, I will accept the insurance. I'm going to dismiss the citation.
Se acepta esto como prueba y se le retiran los cargos en esa infracción.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, we have your email by virtue of you sending that, so we will email you a copy. So it's a $75 fine plus the court cost on the no or expired driver's license, and then dismissal on the insurance.
Ya que tenemos su correo electrónico, le mandaremos a usted también la información. Se le impondrá una multa de $75 más los costos judiciales por la infracción de no tener licencia o tener la licencia vencida, y por la segunda infracción de no tener seguro, se le retiran los cargos.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. You may leave the meeting.
Muchas gracias. Ya se puede retirar.
Gracias.
I believe that's it. Thank you all. It's a little difficult with the Zoom and getting people to participate, but it's Alder, what's your experience with it? Is it, are you just subbing in, or are you going to be handling these, or?
No, I'm the one. I'm good. This is my fourth week with the DA's office.
And are you having a good experience with the Zoom? People are logging in or?
Zoom has worked reasonably well. I'd, of course, before done as a participant defense, enough Zoom to kind of know what at least get on. But I've had overall with you and the other courts, I've had generally pretty good experience with people actually getting there and being there.
Right.
And the audio is the hang up, but it usually resolves itself.
Right. Any suggestions that we can do different or do better?
Nothing occurs to me now, but if it does, Judge, I'll let you know. I have a question.
Sure.
On my own screen, I look like a TCU horned frog because my face is perfectly purple.
No, it's not. It doesn't look like that over here.
Okay, I think I need to have them look at this machine.
No, it's not.
Not only that, but I have to turn it at a little bit of an angle. If I face it directly, my face goes off the screen. So this is a weird piece of equipment, or else it has a weird operator probably.
You look fine on our end.
Okay, great. I'll see you next week.
Thank you all.
Mr. Alter, there is a case scheduled at 11 right now, and I'll go ahead and send you the Zoom link. It's for failure to file tax return.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I was asked by JP6 whether the DA's office does that, and there seems to be some indecision as to whether it's us or the county attorney. From the way you put the question, I take it that it's been us in your court.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been district attorney's office passed. The only ones that the county has come in is environmental cases.
Right.
Covering all the environmental.
Okay. Did you say you had sent the info? Because I want to look it
No,
up.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay, great. And that's at 11? Oh, it's 11 now.
Yes.
Here, what can you just give it to him? Do you know what? Can you there, Juanita? And we'll just read it off to him. That way.
I'll go ahead and send him the link, so he can just click on it.
Okay, great. Okay, we're going to transfer over to that. Thank you all.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
So hold on, don't go away yet. So when is this hearing?
It's right now. It's next.
Okay.
Can you check your email? Make sure you got the email, or do you have that?
Yes. What I don't know yet is how to make one thing appear on one screen and another on the other. I don't know if I have to leave the meeting or not.
I just sent it.
Okay. Hold on a minute. If I lose you, I'll log right back on.
No problem.
The email came through.
Okay, so if you click on that, you're probably going to be thrown out of this one, I would suspect. But you have to log on. So I'm going to close this one out, and I'll see you in. And if we don't get you, we'll give you a call.